Hi everybody, if you are watching this video, that's awesome because it means that you have completed your first bigger composition practice and completed all of the steps on the videos before this. So now you're ready hopefully to work on or getting ready to work on some of your bigger assignments, but I'm going to give you a preview of what that looks like. You actually will have the sheet in front of you, but I just want to talk you through it just to make sure you understand. If you have any questions beyond this, please feel free to ask me, but I just want to talk through the sheet with you on here. This document is something that you guys all have the paper version of, and there's really 6 steps to it, but I want to make sure that you know what all of those 6 steps are. Some of them are obvious, some of them I think are a little bit more technical, but all the videos should help you here. So your first step is obviously going to be taking the photos, and we've gone through a lot of the learning of how to do that, and we'll continue to do so for each of the types of the photos you take. But you should be taking, at this point, at least 50 to 100 photos, if not more, of every assignment that you go on, and that's because for every 20 photos you take, 1 or 2 may turn out. So make sure you're really trying to get that maximum number of photos so that you have some stuff to work with in class. And also don't forget to write those questions before you go out so you can get your cut line information while shooting or know what you need to get afterwards. So that step should be taken care of. The second step is uploading the photos, which I've actually already shown you how to do on a different video. But what I do want to remind you of specifically is this part, which talks about the name of that file. So when you make that folder within your folder for your event, make sure it has the event name, the date, and the type of photo it is. So sports, news, portrait, photo story, whatever it's going to be, make sure it's there so that it's easy for you to find and easy for me to find as well. The rest of the steps in here are on the video. It should be video number 2, which is getting your photos from the SD card to the computer. The third step is going to be sorting your photos. We use a program to do that called Bridge, and that's actually the next video after this. So it should be video number 6, I believe. But I will show you how to use Bridge in there, and what it does is it allows you to take those 100 photos and sort them down to really your best probably 20 or so. But it gives you a chunk that you feel like are your best pictures so you can narrow it down from there. So you're going to use Bridge. That's important. That's your third step. Your fourth step then from there is going to be using Photoshop. So once you use Bridge and you find your best photos, for me and for grade, you need to find your best 2 photos. Okay, so you are going to create a second folder that says your last name and call it best 2. So mine would be Keel best 2. And then you're actually going to make duplicates of those like we talked about because you don't want to use the original. And these should be the file names of those photos specifically. It's really the same thing as your folder except you have a 1 and you have a 2 because they can't be named the same thing. Leave the originals alone so you'll be working with the copies. And then you're going to do the editing of Photoshop that I'm going to teach you on a few other videos. Should be videos 7 and 8. I'm going to teach you just a few basic things like how to adjust the lighting and how to crop and a few other things just to make your photos the best that they can be. They shouldn't require a ton of editing at this point, but editing enough that they're as crisp and clear as you want them to be. You are also going to add the cut line information into the photo on Photoshop before you call it quits and say you're done. The 5th step of the photo assignment is going to be to save those finished photos and post them to your WordPress and put them in the right place on the server. So you're going to put your final 2 photos actually in a folder on the server for me, and then you're also going to be putting your final 2 photos on your WordPress. So this is the steps of how to do that, and I'll show you how to do that as well. When you put them on your WordPress blog, just make sure that the cut lines are there as well as all the information that I need. And then the last step, the 6th step and final step, is going to be an analysis. And I'm going to have a Google form for you to fill out for that. But basically, you're going to be answering the questions: what went well, what went poorly, what would you do differently, what are you proud of about your photos? And I really want you talking about some of those like compositional elements that we've been learning. Oops, there's a spelling error here. Those compositional elements that we've been learning to see what you did to achieve those or what you think didn't work or what you'll do differently next time. So again, and it says down here, and I'll show you the scoring guide, but you'll be graded basically on your completion of the project from start to finish, how well your photos composed, some of your editing choices, and then following these directions that I just went through with you. So if you have any questions, please ask. The next assignment you're going to do is a quick practice with some photos that have been taken previously, but you're going to essentially simulate a photo assignment from start to finish so that when you're actually working with your first assignment, which is your sports photos, you know how to do it. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.